Good evening, everybody. I welcome you to another Nashville by Night, Episode 3. Dark Shows on the Lonely Road. It's been a while since the Coterie has graced Twitch. And if this is your first time, let me introduce each and every one of them. First, our gangrel, Bran Cavall.
Did you intentionally pronounce it wrong?
I pronounce it wrong every time, and I was just like, is it Cavall?
Cavall.
No. We
No
have,
sweat that.
yeah. Then we have our Ventru, Percival Ward.
Hi everyone, how's it going tonight? Hope you're doing well.
Our Toreador, Evelyn Bardot.
Hello.
And the little snake, Bethany Manchester of the Ministry.
It's actually pronounced. No. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
So, if you guys would like, you want to know what's going on in between episodes. You guys want to know what's going on in between episodes. I do implore you to join the Nashville by Night Discord. There's a lot that happens there. Some of the stuff leads to plots going on currently, some misdirects, some groundwork for the future. But I am your humble storyteller this evening, and to catch everybody up on what has happened since we last met. The Coterie had pulled up over in Percival's compound. There was a state of emergency in Nashville. They received new mobile devices or SIM cards. There was a very disturbing message sent to all of the phones. Would one of the Coterie like to read that for the audience? I assume not.
You didn't give us a warning on this, so I have to scroll.
To be fair, my warning was different than the others.
Yes,
so.
yes, it was.
Yeah, mine said, hello, I'm a prince exiled from my lands, and I would like your help in getting some money out of my accounts.
Please send 5,000 vitae to... Yeah, I'm joking.
Oh wait, nope, that's not it. I thought I had it, but it was not. I'm getting all this stuff from... There it is, okay. Good evening, you do not know me, but what I have to say is quite important. You are being deceived. There are cracks in the foundation of your security, cracks which may be quickly exploited. Nonetheless, I give the warning. Stay away from him unless you want the final death. Good evening, Madam Julia. Or Julia? I don't know.
Julia, yeah.
Julia.
Because she's pretentious AF.
It's spelled Julia. Of course,
Yeah,
Cavall
but it's
is
pronounced
spelled Cavall.
Julia.
Now, Percival received a different message.
Only a child would pronounce it Julia.
So Percival got a different message, and that message was...
Did you think for a moment I had forgotten my child? Do you think you are safe? Good use of the kind, by the way, manipulating them to throw them off your scent, while you hide in your concrete castle. But I digress. You know my love of sport, so I'll tell you. I am coming to your little city, and bringing my blood hunt with me. How long can you hold out? How long can you hide? Au revoir, Madame Julia.
So, between that and the fact that this happened like right after the last episode, a body was dropped at the compound with a mobile device, and that mobile device brought a new contact. The contact is currently unnamed, but the person that's been in contact with them is none other than Evelyn Bardot. There has been a lot that's happened between those two. A lot. Little discoveries, such as people are missing. Who's missing? Lydia's missing. Charlotte's missing. This contact has, or should I say, had, both of them. They wanted to broker a peace of sorts. A way to make sure the city of Nashville did not fall into the hands of the Second Inquisition, nor of the Camarilla. See, for them, they've never been keen on the Camarilla. They've never been keen on their methods, and more so now in these nights. The nights in which those of her clan are basically shackled. They cannot use their oblivion. They cannot be their true selves. They have to bow to these Camarilla masters, so to speak. Sometimes having to provide a elder as sacrifice to join that little club. It's something that this person finds quite distasteful. This person's gone through great lengths to try to keep them secure, claiming they're more valuable than others give them credit. She has knowledge of certain people, certain affiliations, that may be disastrous if uncovered, especially uncovered by the Camarilla. Because not all of them, not everybody has been saints throughout these nights. And with the Sabbat, a memory. They're still there. But a memory, a shadow of what they once were. Many of these kindred have sought refuge amongst the Anarchs and amongst the Camarilla. Knowing that the location of the compound was no longer safe, they were provided a few safe houses, should I say. One of which was a abandoned air park. A more permanent haven was in the works. However, the other night, it was burnt to the ground. Lydia and Charlotte had been helping with this new haven. Charlotte came back hysterical. She would not say what happened to Lydia, but Lydia was not with her when they returned. Earlier this night, there have been messages back and forth from this unknown person to the Coterie, specifically Evelyn. And they are arranging a meeting. And that is where we will begin this evening. Inside the abandoned air park, they've been holed up for well over a week. Though it's been a little bit freer for them to get sustenance. One of the last messages sent dealt with an organization moving into town. A cover of Yulia. That was a few nights back. Then there was the update on the haven set ablaze, the abandoned home. And this mysterious person has decided to throw out some breadcrumbs, so to speak, as they've been digging into other organizations that have an interest in Nashville. Their true intentions unknown. Not only these organizations, Pentex, Fraser Foundation, but also this unknown person. They've been nothing but cordial to the Coterie. Nothing but cordial. And when asked for what they want in return, all they speak is things you cannot provide currently. Nashville free of the Camarilla, and Damien in an ashtray. But they're keeping an eye on the situation as things go forth. So, where would the Coterie like to begin? Some of the last messages sent, quite interesting. Against my better judgment, I'll have my assistant arrange a meeting for us within the coming nights. I have sent Charlotte away for her own safety. Only her and I know where. Anyone may be compromised at this point, so I ask you to trust no one. So where should this meeting take place? The return message was not sure. And our mysterious caller responded with, I can come to you. Where are you all at right now? Artemis replied, I hadn't told you yet where we've been. No. I don't know. I do know you left the compound, though. Without the location, we couldn't possibly meet tonight. Let us rectify this. Artemis responds, I assume you've heard of the air park in town. Of course, this person knows of the place. They provided it to them. And that is where they wait. Oh, the the internal struggle amongst the Coterie right now is terrific.
So, out of curiosity, why exactly are we waiting around here at this decrepit building?
Well, it's arguably safer than your place, and it's bigger.
I mean, this is true. It is safer than the compound, but at the same time, I'm wondering what exactly it is we're waiting for. Nothing has been explained to any of us since we arrived. And Artemis over here has been on and off of that mobile phone quite frequently over the last week.
Mobile phone. Listen to you and your outdated terminology. We're waiting for someone. I don't know who, but someone.
Lovely. Exactly what a guy with trust issues likes hearing.
I kind of have to agree with Bran on this. We don't know who we're waiting for, though.
Nope.
Well, that can't possibly go wrong now, can it? I'll just pop on over to my flock and wait. The last time someone unexpected showed up there.
I mean, worst case scenario, we all die, but I have faith that we'll be okay.
I don't like that being the worst case. I don't like that being any case.
You're free to leave.
We are still safer together, so let's just wait and see who this mysterious benefactor is.
You hear the sound of a vehicle pulling up. A large vehicle.
I'm going to safely assume that might be the person we're waiting for.
Hopefully.
Assumptions are never safe. I would check. You have a phone.
I just hope it's not my mother.
I'm dearly hoping it's not someone wearing a tacky jacket with alphabet soup on their back. That would be very bad for us.
Bran is gonna go to like, so this is an airport type thing, so sometimes like near windows or whatever there's those posts. So he's gonna go over to one that's by the windows and kind of use that for cover, to like try and not be seen too easily, and like look through the window and see if he can see who has pulled up, type thing.
All right.
I'm gonna text our mystery person to see if they have indeed arrived.
So Braun's looking out the window?
Yes.
Okay, so what you see is a food truck.
Okay. And I can't see like any humanoids around the food truck. Nobody's gotten out or anything.
Nobody's gotten out, but you do see The silhouette of a driver.
Okay.
And Artemis, your text goes unanswered.
Oh, fantastic. Do you want me to go out and look to see who it might be?
Yes, please. Put yourself out where they can easily get to you. Very smart.
Well, I'm pretty sure if I don't come back, you all can probably run. Just
Look,
watch
it's a
Caden for me, please.
it's a food truck. Did she say anything? Did your mystery person say anything about food trucks? Anything like that?
Nope.
Great. That seems like it would be something that they would mention if it was something we were supposed to be on the lookout for. So why don't we all stay inside and just watch?
From inside the building, you hear the clicking of heels.
I guess we won't have to wait long now, will we?
That could mean just about anything. Just means that they're heels.
But nobody has moved from that food truck.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go investigate the source of the heel walking.
Whoever it is, maybe he's just a really smart dresser.
At least have your gun on you.
I do. Relax.
Bran is gonna pull out his knife and with Daewin follow. Not like super close behind, but like because he thinks it's stupid.
It goes dead quiet again. No more sounds of the heels on the ground. For a moment or two. And now they come from a different direction.
Yep, okay, don't like that.
Percy's gonna get his back to a wall and pull his firearm out so that he's got eyes on all the entrances to the room that they're in.
It's a very interesting trick you can do, coming in from one way and then suddenly coming in from another way. You're gonna have to teach me how you do that. I'm quite curious.
Quick question. Two quick questions.
Yes.
First, my Feral Whispers ability, is that only for is that for all animals, or is that for
That is for all animals, yes.
that is for all animals? Okay, second question. Are there any animals within the area, like rats or anything like that?
No, you guys have kind of cleaned
Okay.
that area out in the last couple days.
Rats and heels.
No, I was gonna have an animal check it out that isn't my familiar.
I'm gonna pop sense the unseen.
All right.
Bethany actually is standing casual, not moving to any like back to the wall position, and is more or less looking unconcerned.
So Percy has back against the wall. Is
Eyes
everybody
on all entrances
is
with
everybody
firearm out.
is everybody in the same room?
I think I've actually left the room and Braun started following me.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say
It's me and Bethany in one room, and then them in a hall somewhere else.
Like, I'm assuming just outside of the room.
Okay.
So if she's just outside of the room, he's probably like right at the doorway or entryway or whatever so that Bran would have eyes on both that he would have eyes on Artemis, but then be able to pretty quickly turn around and well, actually, you said it came from the other direction. So by other direction, do you mean like behind Bran and Artemis?
So it started. It started from what seemed like down a corridor, and now it's coming from a room further away from that, like that's closer to you. Kind of like somebody hopped from it's kind of like they teleported from one area to another.
But it's still down that corridor area.
Sort of.
It's just closer to us, or
It's closer to you, yes.
right? Okay, but it's not like coming from a complete different direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then yes, he would be looking towards Evelyn / Artemis. I don't know what name to call you.
I mean, by this
But
point, you should have just started calling her Artemis.
I don't think he's ever called her Artemis. But in any case, looking that direction, and but not still technically within the room with Bethany and Percy. Okay. That was a very long way to say that.
Can I get Percy to give me a wits awareness roll?
One success.
Okay. You feel an arm go around your neck and push you forward. And you hear the heels right behind you as you are pushed forward.
Can we hear the heels too?
Yes.
Bron would probably spin to that direction to face where he hears the heels from.
You see a woman clad in a kind of a black salsa dress. Black hair, kind of tanned skin. It does look very sickly. Lips painted like red. Like you look at it, you're like, fuck, that's red. And she just kind of smirks as she holds Percy there.
Most likely, how far away am I?
Say like 30 feet.
Okay.
Bethany would be about 20-ish feet away.
Bethany still looks unconcerned.
Neat trick. How'd you get behind me with my back to the wall? Also, how about letting go?
How about putting down your gun?
Are you our mysterious benefactor? Because that might depend on the answer to that.
Mysterious, yes. Benefactor, I haven't been able to really provide you with anything, have I? So I've not benefacted anything.
I mean, we're here. You provided us the location. So,
See?
Percy will put his gun away.
And this woman removes her arm from his throat.
Bran is going to be kind of looking at her suspiciously, but like trying not to look so tense. He did not put away his knife. His knife is still out. I will point that it's not like in an attack, like ready to stab or slice or anything like that, but it's still in his hand.
Bethany never took hers out.
Bethany was unfazed by everything. You see, when I give instruction to not trust anyone, and then decide to play a game where I ask where you guys are, knowing full well where you are, and you willingly give it up?
Wait, we gave it up?
Well, whoever I was speaking to was.
Bran's gonna
Percy's
turn
gonna look
and
right at
look
Artemis.
Artemis.
Well, if someone else wants the phone that was left by the dead guy initially, they are actually welcome to it.
It's a shame that I had to leave so many breadcrumbs for you guys, though. Really is. Our first body that I leave for you, you bury right away. The second one, it takes a little coaxing for you to start finding out little details, like, I don't know, maybe the bodies I'm leaving you are Second Inquisition.
I mean, to be fair, I think you'd be a bit suspicious if bodies just started turning up on your doorstep too.
No. Then again,
I suppose.
Make you actually search them?
then again, I'm also the one that usually leaves the bodies.
Yet some of us aren't really, accustomed to having dead kind on our doorstep.
Hmm. You all must be very new to this. Or had very sheltered lives.
Well,
Bran's
all of
gonna
us except
snort at
Percy.
that.
We're all of us new to this except Percy. He's apparently been at this for a very long time. So blame him.
I mean, 30 years isn't that long, Bethany. It's quite short in the scope of things, actually.
But in 30 years, you would know what I was, how I did what I did, and you wouldn't be asking dumb questions. Especially if you spent 30 years here in Nashville.
I tended to keep to myself, only went out when I needed to grab a bite to eat.
And that is mostly because the Sabbat had this land.
That is true. It also has a big thing to do with the fact that my embracer, Yulia, likes to hunt down those that she's abandoned.
That she does. Her viciousness would have been very nice in the Sabbat many, many years ago. But too ambitious. Too Ventru. Always up to their own devices.
So yes, I kept to myself to not draw too much attention from her and her blood hunt. But after being asked by Damien to start on this investigation, she has caught wind of my activities and has come looking.
You see, Yulia, she is, she has her hands in many pies. She knows a lot that goes on. She's orchestrated more. But she only plays jihad. You do know what that is, right? It's not too new of a concept for you? She plays the vampiric political game. She's not very good at it, but she tries.
I mean, she embraced me, and then as soon as the newly embraced blood hunger was done, dumped me in a Sabbat city, and left me for dead to my own devices. So no, I don't really know much. I tried to stay alive by keeping as far away from other kindred as I could.
See this here? This is all trust issues. Each and every one of you trust issues. The little snake over there understands. I see it in her eyes.
You let someone inside is the quickest way to be ambushed without the benefit of armor.
You would have done well. You would have done very well. But these are different nights. We have a common enemy. We have a city that is festering with with hunters. We have the Camarilla doing their Camarilla things. And all in all, we need each other to secure this land. What has your friend told you about me?
Nothing. Not a peep.
I mean, we know you're somewhat chatty apparently, but that's about it.
Yep.
Well, I have my assistant do all the texting. It's kind of problematic for me to operate any electronic devices.
Out of curiosity, Teller, would Percy know about the La Sombra?
Yes.
So a La Sombra then.
See,
Very well. I can understand why you would have your assistant do the texting then.
yeah. It also explains why I don't show up on cameras as well.
The blurriness from the security feed by the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The blurriness in the traffic cams when it took out those hoodlums that attacked the little snake's flock. Sorry I wasn't quicker on that.
That makes two of us. But thank you.
I have always been taught you must inspire loyalty. I mean, you can always go the way of the Valdry and make those loyal to you. But it's not as strong. It's a strong bond, but it is not as strong as true loyalty. And that is why I tried to do that for you. That is why I have my assistant park that food truck out front. Just in case. There are some snacks in the back for you as well. Feeding on animals and not giving you enough sustenance, I take it.
So I suppose then you could say you've been on a blood drive.
See. Is the one I picked out for you, specifically, Chica, is very, very personal to you. It might be somebody that helped in the assault on your flock. I would not rob you of such vengeance.
That is very interesting news, yes. Very interesting indeed. I'm looking forward to making their acquaintance.
Oh, absolutely. One of them back there has a GPA of 4.5. 4.0, I don't know. I didn't go to college. But it's a high GPA. One of you are bound to enjoy their delicious vitae.
Good. Finally, some actual sustenance. I'm sick of nearly losing everything that I put down.
Hmm. In our wolf here. Definitely not too picky of an eater.
Not really, no.
Okay. I figured I would take care of the pickier one. Well, the pickiest, and then kind of just flavor in some little things here and there. Somebody who needs the death. Maybe somebody that needs death from you. And somebody who's really horned up and expected to have a good time, but it's not going to happen. But those are just little gifts. As I discussed with your friend, Nashville is not safe. And I cannot risk any of you right now. You are far too important to accidentally meet the final death. I had sent 4 locations to your friend. Talladega, Jackson, Mississippi, Atlanta, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina. The furthest is about an 8-hour drive. Give or take. Depends on how fast you drive. It depends how much traffic you get. So, have you decided? Also, perhaps you just want to know more of me. This is fine too. Not everybody all at once.
Sorry, I am checking something. So at the mention of having been told locations, Bran is going to turn and look at Evelyn again. And trying to think of how to word things. I apologize.
I mean, you could do it in English or Welsh, apparently.
We just go to Clanfire Portman with go Gerquent Robo Cantus Leo go. We haven't really had a chance to talk about different locations. And this is said just looking right at Evelyn.
I'm sorry, I've been a little bit absent-minded lately.
But then he is going to turn back to Mysterious Stranger.
Salsa lady, yeah.
Yeah.
Does she taste like salsa? Can I lick her?
I mean, you could try.
That derailed my brain completely.
Sorry.
Crime and Nelly, yeah. At least a name would be nice. Something we can call you by, whether it's your actual name or not.
For now, you may refer to me as Miss Vargas.
To be fair, I never actually got a name, so I wouldn't have been able to share that with you guys anyways. So, yeah.
Wasn't asking you for that.
So basically, we have the choice between 4 different locations. It all depends on how far away from Nashville we want to get. My vote would be the farthest away we can possibly get for the time being.
Seconded.
I want to know why we should trust you, especially since you yourself have said not to trust anyone. Why should we count on you to get us anywhere? How do we know you're not looking to take us for your own?
I am not taking you anywhere. I have just found locations that are safer than this cesspool.
Alright, well, my vote is either for going to Atlanta or to Jackson. Either one is fine with me.
Should I give you a little history on those cities? A little bit?
It might be helpful, yes.
Okay. So there hasn't been much vampiric influence in Jackson or Talladega. Though back in 1999, the Camarilla fell in Charleston, and they haven't been able to reclaim it. And Atlanta. Oh, Atlanta. Wonderful Sabbat city. But seeing as the Sabbat is gone, for the most part, I still have contacts there. And I can put 1 or 2 in the other cities if I need to. But those are the safest places right now.
So what about the rest of you?
I already cast my vote. And Braun's the only one that hasn't actually suggested a location.
Don't want to be here. I'll say that.
So in short, you don't actually care where we go.
No. But again, why are we trusting?
Do we actually have any other choice at this point?
I mean, we could leave the state on our own.
That we could, but we also risk more by doing so. Not only that, but we are at present safer together than on our own. And having somebody that has the capability of throwing people off our scent, as it were, seems the safest option that we have. She's done it once. I'm sure she'd be able to do it again.
I'm not questioning ability. I'm questioning why we should trust her.
I'm right here.
And I asked you why we should trust you. You didn't really answer. You just said that you weren't taking us.
That is fair. As for trusting me, I mean, let's be real. Let's be real right now. if you knew more about me, you would absolutely question why I'm helping you. Absolutely question it.
I think some of us already are.
Yeah, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. And you've already met one of my agents in this city, Alberto.
That we did, yes.
So, why would I help you? To say it's not for personal reasons would be an understatement. It is. There are personal reasons for this, and, I've expressed some of those in messages.
I'm going to lay my cards on the table. I don't trust you. I don't trust many people. It's nothing personal, but right now, I'm seeing a distinct lack of other options.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You see, you foolhardily trusted somebody to get everybody together for this investigation, which let's just assume not the best person to have an investigation started, given his history. But nonetheless, he aspires to lowly heights. He did so back with the Sabbat as well. But I've already discussed with your friend how that turned out. And we kept him on our radar. We should have. I personally would have killed him then, but I was told let him go. Let him do his thing. We'll keep an eye on him. Then there was the week of nightmares, and things got weird. Like, really weird. So, kinda have... We kinda have an issue. The issue is... And she points over at Evelyn. Her sire. He is the issue. I would do nothing more. I would give everything to see him in an ashtray. He was ambitious back then. He's even more ambitious now. So that being said, why should you trust me? Besides the fact that you have no other options? Besides the fact that you have Yulia coming to this city? Besides the fact that you have the Second Inquisition, First Light, Society of Leopold all coming in, clearing out kindred havens, covering it up with drug busts, house fires, all of that. But I get it. No one trusts the boogeyman.
Again, it's not you. I don't trust very many people at all.
And I get that. In unlife, you learn not to trust many people. Because everybody has their motives. I mean, you surely do. She does. The Ventru, of course, has motives.
Oh,
And
I have the most pure motive a Ventru can have.
you want your name on a wall, is it?
No, I want Yulia's head.
On that wall with your name on it?
If that's what it takes, yes.
Leave it to a man in power to bring everything down to getting head.
Yes.
I don't want power. I don't care about power. I just want her dead for
Oh,
what she has done to me and those that she embraced before me. She deserves her true death.
I don't fault you on that. She does. I don't fault you on that at all. What I do fault is your ambitions. Because there's more to it than just wanting her head on a wall, as you put it. I know this. You know this. Ventru desire to lead. At least all the Ventru that I've slain, anyway. I mean, met. I confuse words.
Right now, I only have 3 objectives. 1 is to rebuild all that I've lost. 2 is the destruction of whoever caused that loss in the first place. And 3 is to survive long enough to see those first 2 happen. That is it.
You'll have your opportunity. You will. But I warn you, don't go too strong on him. He has a tendency to piss himself. Of course, he did that uncontrollably when he watched me choke the life out of his friends with shadows, but you'll have your chance to get your answers. You won't be too pleased with them, of course.
I've not been pleased with anything for many, many nights now.
Yes. The problem, the biggest problem, is you are pawns. You're all pawns. each and every one of you pawns. Pawns not only you may claim Anarch, but you are still pawns to the antediluvians, to your sires. You're still pawns. You're pawns to the jihad, you are pawns to all of it. And if the Sabbat still had a presence, if they hadn't abandoned their mission, and in my eyes violated the Code of Milan, I would show each and every one of you your place within that organization. But they foolhardily broke that code to go on their Gehenna crusade, all for personal gain, not for the best of the Sabbat. And that is why I walked away from them. That is why I am independent. That is why I cannot let my clanmates go to the wretched Camarilla and watch them sacrifice everything. That is why I cannot let the Camarilla take over the city. This is why I help. This is why I need him in an ashtray. He brings a lot of attention to this city. More than he even intended to. He has this little murder plot going on. I saw through it. He tried to pin it on me and my old pack as a form of revenge. Not expecting me or any of my old pack to show up. But we did. He then uses gangbangers to start eliminating those which you hold dear. And I'm not sure if this means anything to anybody, but Wes got very lucky in Orlando. He got very lucky. If I hadn't had agents still loyal to me, it would have been an entirely different story. So you ask, why trust me? Because I'm giving you every reason to. I'm laying all of my cards out. I would much rather be in Miami, enjoying a nice little salsa club, enjoying my unlife, not having to worry about the politics or the responsibilities I once had. But no. What is the saying? Every time I try to leave, they pull me back in?
Something along those lines, yeah.
I try to have as normal of an unlife as I can. I just want to kick back, do a little dancing. But no. I get summoned to this cesspool. I have a mess that is being thrown onto my lap that I had nothing to do with. And now, I have 4 kindred and two familiars, I guess.
3.
Okay. Just
Bastet is wandering around somewhere.
yes, but you do not. You are the cat's familiar. This is the way this
You are
goes.
correct. I won't even try to deny it.
Yes.
That is very true. Bastet is very much her own.
Yup. So, is there anything else you need to know so we can get over this little trust issue? Shit.
Honestly, at this point, I need someone to trust. Someone that is as unfond of what's been transpiring as of late as I am. So, for me, you have my trust, and I hope to earn yours as well.
When I said I don't trust many people, I don't trust them until I get to know them. You've told us a great deal about yourself. I'm willing to place my fate in your hands, and that is at least a form of trust. For me, trust is earned, not given. You've done much on that point tonight, and I thank you.
I mean, again, you yourself have said not to trust anyone. That being said, you... I'm willing to listen.
Good. Good.
And take your advice in mind. That's as far as it'll go.
It's fine.
So, all that being said, I am fine-ish with using one of your locations, possibly. I'll go where the rest of these go.
There was a buzz from Artemis's, from Evelyn's device.
I believe Evelyn is away from the keyboard at the
Yeah,
moment.
she is still not back yet. She is getting food.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Fair. So that'll just sit there for a minute. Just it'll just sit there. Because I just sent a message through the NPC phones chat.
Welcome to intermission.
Nah, this isn't intermission yet. We're getting there though. Considering you will take my words into consideration, speaks volumes for everything you've been through.
Is she talking to the group as a whole? Just curious.
Talking to you.
Yeah, okay.
Not creepy much, right?
No, totally not.
Yep. Awkward.
And exactly how do you know about all that?
Well, I have agents all over the place, and getting information about you is not the easiest thing. There's a lot of rumor and innuendo and speculation on who you are. But one thing was constant, and that was that you didn't have, how do I say this without coming off too strong and exposing my hand to everybody? You didn't have the best start of your second life. Because you trusted.
Bran kind of gives a bit of a nod.
Thought so. You see, one beautiful thing of being, say former, you can say ex, but if the term would mean nothing to you anyway. Being so young, not really dealing with the Sabbat or their hierarchy or anything like that. But let's just say my position was not a low one. So I had many contacts.
I'm pretty sure your La Sombra friend, or not La Sombra. What's the ugly one again?
Nosferatu.
I'm sorry. For all listening, I am new to vampire. Your Nosferatu friend said you were the right hand of the Sabbat leader. Basically.
One of them. I will have to speak to him about speaking out of turn, because that was more info than he should have given. She looks visibly perturbed.
Oops. My bad. Sorry, dude.
But yeah, there was a term for us. We Priscus was my official rank, but there was many of us. We were known as the Prisky. And we basically served as an advisor to the regent. So there's that. So in doing so, you meet a lot of people, you make a lot of contacts, you get a lot of information, so on and so forth. So when I need information, I just know which thumbs to break to get it. Or is it screws to turn? Same difference.
Are we talking literally or figuratively here?
Yes.
Also, a message came through, something about FF has something compound, something. Oh, had the compound.
Bryce and his fucking issues with his goddamn autocorrect. That son of a bitch. That message is. Remember how I was discussing an organization I was looking into? A Fraser Foundation? And I'll tell you
Yes,
that.
you might have mentioned something about that.
Well, I will tell you that the FF in that does not stand for Fantastic Four.
Care to elaborate a little bit further? Because I think some of us here aren't really privy to what you're talking about.
So, Fraser Foundation, very secretive, bunch of philanthropists, and so on and so forth. They've popped up over the years. During my research of areas and kindred dealings and things of that nature, and it just so happens that they, I believe, that they are either one of two things. One, they're a front for the Camarilla, or two, they're a front for the Second Inquisition. Now, the Second Inquisition hasn't been around as long. Yes, the Society of Leopold's been around for a while, dealing with the Vatican and so on and so forth, but even that being the case, they have not been really a cohesive group for up until recently. Up until they infiltrated the TrekNet and then took care of the Tremere base, Tremere Chantry in Vienna. But every now and then, the Fraser Foundation, their name pops up. They're very quiet about what they do. What I can tell you is they were officially founded in, I think it was 1995? But they've been around a good while. But they seem to pop up in cities where there is Camarilla interests as well. So, if I put two and two together, it sounds Ventrue to me. I think that means, to me anyway, that the Ventrue, who are part of the Fraser Foundation, have co-opted your former compound, and it is now theirs. So anything you left there, they can and will use against you.
So,
Lovely. So none of us have havens to come back to. Great.
so just so I have this straight, the compound that was formerly owned by Ventrue is now owned by the Ventrue. Good to know.
Yeah.
Guess it's a good thing I know how to get rid of my own traces. Especially when it comes to electronic traces.
Oh, I'm good at getting rid of electronic traces as well.
I don't doubt that. But no, before we left, I bricked everything data-wise within my compound. As painful as it was to do, Neodymium magnets are a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm. So now this leaves us at an impasse. We have Damien on one side. We have your vengeful friend over in your former compound.
Yulia won't find anything there.
She doesn't have to. There's one thing I will give that woman credit for. She knows how to play the long game.
Apparently that is true. 30 years.
She's also good at setting people to meet certain people. Electronics dealers, people to get phones from. Yeah, I may have, once that info hit me, I may have done a little digging. And Bryce was able to find out that your contact had been, you weren't their only client. You also weren't the one that fed them, so to speak.
Yep. I kind of figured that's what happened.
So, what course of action shall we proceed on next?
I suppose that all depends on how far away we want to get away from here.
Well, whatever the choice is, you got about 9 hours till sunrise. I am staying in Nashville to see how this shakes out. I will have Bryce keep in contact with you the entire time. I will also have him set up some contacts for you to gain a safe haven from. Can't have you staying at the Motel 6, after all.
Wouldn't want housekeeping to come in and open the windows.
That's never fun. It reminds me of a thing I used to do. I had this this thin blood, right? Lucky little bastard. I mean, yes, he's triply fucked because he's fucking thin blood. But he could walk out in the sun. So I would have him buddy up with new kindred and go out sunbathing just so he could see how stupid they really were. It was hilarious. I always got a giggle out of it. Of course, I always only saw footage of it, but oh, it was terrific. But you don't think that's funny? I think that's hilarious.
I mean, I suppose everybody has their own form of entertainment.
It does weed out the gullible.
Yes, it does. You know, in the Sabbat, what we do is, I mean, you've heard the term shovelheads, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so the shovelheads are what we would call the fake Sabbat. If they survive a week, then we let them be real Sabbath. Most of them don't survive a week. And it's because they're either too self-destructive or too gullible, and it's just so much fun to watch them just be their own undoing. It is terrific. Do any of you sit? Well, I obviously have to be further away from a screen, but every now and then Bryce will go on to his computer and he pulls up sunrises so I can watch them, because I do miss that. Do you guys miss seeing sunrises?
I think we all do.
Okay.
At one point or another in our unlife. Miss the first rays of sun coming over the mountains.
Yes.
I miss sunsets more, I find.
No, with you everything sets, doesn't it? And she kind of gives her finger guns, like, aha.
Oh, you.
I'm sorry, are we talking to part Sinea?
You know it's gonna be a thing now, right?
As it sits, we need to regroup, figure out what we're going to do, hopefully be a little bit more well-informed when people contact us about things, and figure out a way to rectify all the wrong that is going on within this city.
I mean, if you want the phone that keeps in contact with Miss Vargas here, by all means, you are welcome to have it.
Bron's gonna open his mouth and then shut it again. Because he doesn't. The thing that he wants to say immediately, he's not going to say in front of. Yeah. But, I mean, it looked like he was about to spring a comment, and then he stopped himself.
No, speak your mind. It looked like you had something to say.
Oh, it's nothing against you. It's just something I probably keep for private company.
I can understand that.
Well, so far we have 2 votes of going to Charleston, 1 vote for 2 other places, and another vote for it doesn't really matter. Because Bron's indifferent. So, I'm going to maybe safely assume we're probably going to go to Charleston.
Like I said earlier, wherever you all go, I'm coming along.
Well, there are a good bit of woods around Charleston.
I vote Charleston.
There's also a good bit of woods around Jackson.
How many colleges are in Charleston?
Not many.
Are we talking public or private?
Either. There aren't many.
There's a good bit in the area. Some good feeding
There are
grounds.
less than a dozen.
Well, it's more than Jackson. it's. I mean, Atlanta is gonna have gonna have more, but
Atlanta has nearly 2 dozen, and Jackson, surprisingly, actually has more than Charleston does.
Interesting.
I suppose we could go with the picky venture and go that way.
Yes, I
Well, if
suppose
we go
since
down
it's
to
our
Jackson,
survival.
we are 6 hours away, which is far, but not too far. We have plenty of nightfall left to get there. So that's why my vote is down towards Jackson or going to Atlanta, a big city where all of us can potentially be all right.
Well, I suppose if it works for you, I guess it'll have to work for me.
We are standing together after all, so 6 hours away is better than nothing.
So what? We make a decision, we hop into the food truck, we go on our merry way. Is that it?
You make a decision, then you hop into the food truck, get yourself your tasty meal. Then you get into your little car that Liefeld left you, and you go to your destination. You did bring that vehicle with you, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. You had me worried there for a minute. Because I was afraid that I was going to have to go and have the four of you drive a food truck to wherever you were going and have Bryce carry me back.
No. I made sure that we had the vehicle that Liefeld left with us.
So that's that then. You have your plan. I have things to get into motion for you. Your hot meals are waiting for you. I would prefer if you went one at a time, or you got a little takeout, if you know what I mean. Take them out of the back, bring them in here, eat, and then be on your way. It freaks
Who
them.
will we be meeting in Jackson?
See, that is what I will have to get arranged.
Very well.
But I will say that this fiery redhead may just happen to have called it her current home.
I see.
Of course, she's still a bit hysterical after what she witnessed. She won't tell me what happened. Maybe you can get some information out of her.
She and I have a rapport, yes.
So until the next time we speak, buenas noches. And she walks into a shadow, vanishing.
Well, that would explain how they got around fairly everywhere.
So who's going for their snack first?
I'll offer to go last because I want to take my time just a tad.
Alright then, I suppose I will go first.
And I think this is a good point for us to take a intermission. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. You guys have been great so far. We'll be back in about 10, maybe 15 minutes, so we could stretch, rehydrate, so on and so forth. But we will be back with some more Nashville by Night momentarily. Thank you, everybody. I've just been talking. I've been muted. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us while we took that break. Got rehydrated, stretched, and the like. Let's get back into Nashville by Night. As we left the Coterie, big oops. As we left, the Coterie was going one by one to the back of the food truck to have their meal. As we return, there is but one left. And Bethany has yet to be fed. As she approaches the back of the food truck, the door is open, ready. There is one moving body, bound, blindfolded, and gagged. He wears army fatigue, like gray army fatigues, combat boots, and a white tank top style undershirt.
Bethany leans in, slowly runs a finger down his cheek and says, I do love it when my food comes wrapped and prepared. Then she leans in very close to his ear and says, I want you to know, those women that were gunned down in those compounds, that was my flock.
He pisses himself.
You're going to have to get it under control in the nights we're going to have between us. You see, I've decided this is a meal I'm going to take on the road. We are going to get to know each other so well. I may even let you keep your limbs. Limbs contain a lot of blood, especially the legs. You're going to tell me so much. It's not going to get you freedom, but let's just say I might decide not to take out my aggressions quite as often if you're forthcoming. She then leans in, gently scrapes his neck with just the tips of her teeth. And then feeds.
He grows silent as you feed from him.
Just enough to say, not enough to do any serious damage. She's serious about taking this meal with her.
So as Bethany withdraws from her to-go meal, how does she want to proceed now? Because the person they're not dead, but they've lost consciousness.
They have a car. Car has a trunk. So she's going to go back in the others and say, I'm not the strongest kindred, I agree. Would someone mind helping me get him into the trunk?
Sure, I'll help.
I appreciate that. She conveniently leaves out his current state, but heads back into where he is.
So, I'll take the top, you take the bottom, and we'll carry him not terribly gracefully to the... what is it? The boot or the bonnet?
The boot.
Oh, that's right.
So she grabs a hold of his ankles and helps haul him out of there.
Gonna scoop my arms under the guy's armpits and like lift him up as best as I can to help Bethany get him to the trunk of the car.
I'm imagining now these are the two physically weakest of the Coterie, which is just kind of funny.
Yeah, my
absolutely.
question is, what are your guys' strength aspects? Just curious here.
I think mine's at a 1.
Yeah, Bethany's is 1.
Okay. All right.
So
part
of me was gonna have you roll. Then it just made it too funny. So
yeah.
So yeah. So he's now in the trunk of the car
Which Bethany will then shut on him.
after some comedy.
Yeah. Little comedy of errors while the other two watch, apparently.
It is not Bran's fault that Evelyn volunteered. Just saying. But yes, he is watching with like an eyebrow raised, his arms crossed, and just slightly smirking.
Percy walked away.
Okay.
I can hear the ellipses.
Oh, well,
I said I can hear the ellipses.
I'm doing stuff on my end. So, I mean, you guys do you. I get this situated. Because you guys are going to Jackson, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
That was the agreement, yes.
because it's 6 hours away from Nashville. Gives us a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, I don't need walking direct.
Are you sure?
Yeah, so it's 6 hours, 20 minutes away from your current location.
Yep.
Is...
Go on.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
How much night do we have left?
You have about 9 hours. 8 or
Okay,
9.
and then my question was, is Miss Vargas and her assistant gone?
Oh no,
the assistant wouldn't be gone because the food truck is there now.
Yeah, the assistant's in the food truck behind the driver's the driver's side, the steering wheel. That's right. I couldn't think of words.
Words
But-
are hard.
Yes.
Words are hard.
Yes, they are.
The tourney circle.
The tourney circle, yes. Yes. Bryce is behind the tourney circle.
Jesus. I have absolutely no words.
Well, you apparently walked away too, so what are the girls doing after dropping the dude in the boot? Just because Bran is was just watching it, so I don't want to.
Bethany heads back to the others and says, "It's all right. We got it. No need to worry. No need to rush to our defense. Thank you so very much. Greatly appreciated."
For the record, she volunteered.
I thought I'd be nice and help out.
And I greatly appreciate it. And honestly, I also appreciate not being thought of as weak simply for my gender. Just merely weak for not having worked out enough in life, apparently.
Okay.
But I will be perfectly honest. When you have people willing to cater to you hand and foot, it's very hard to be motivated to exercise.
I mean, you took the catering with you this time. But anyway, so now body's in the trunk. Everybody's getting ready for their voyage, right? I assume that Bran is getting Darwin into the back properly, unless he wants Darwin to sit up in shotgun next to Percy, because I think
As
that'd be
hilarious as that would be, he doesn't want to be squished that close necessarily with people. And of course, the wolf is actually probably bigger than, yeah. I think Bran's just gonna wait and see what else, like if anyone, because he pretty much never puts his backpack down, so he's got his backpack on him. He's ready to leave as soon as everyone else is. So,
I mean, to be fair, it's less weird for the wolf to lay across multiple people's laps than it is for a person.
Oh,
very true.
I was assuming that Darwin would be sitting in the front seat.
Yeah, that would be the
comedy
funniest
of it.
thing.
Yeah.
Comedy. I don't remember what kind of vehicle it is.
It is a 99 Toyota Camry.
Okay.
It is a four-door. I've been able to fit 6 or 7 people into it. Not comfortably, but...
Does the dog have a cell phone now? Can it play Navigator?
No.
Darn it.
Yeah, the trunk's not going to be too comfortable either on a Camry, but meh.
No, you can fit 2 bodies in there easy.
I mean, it would probably keep the bound and gagged dude warm if there was a puppy body back there.
Yeah, but would you want to put a puppy body
The
back
dog
there?
is not going in the trunk.
Oh, fair.
Besides,
We also have a
yeah.
tiny corgi to consider as well.
Besides, he has
Are
his own
you gonna
internal
put your
warmth.
corgi in?
He'll
And are
fit
you
even
gonna
more
put
now.
your corgi in the back? In the trunk?
Ballin', go!
Bethany is not volunteering for the front seat. She's actually going to see who claims it.
I suppose I could sit up front with Caden, next to Percy.
Right,
Like I said, Braun's cool with whatever, so
Bethany will get in the backseat with Braun.
and Dowin.
cool. Yeah, and Darwin. And possibly Bastet? Question mark?
Bastet sits wherever the hell Bastet wants.
Because Bastet is a cat.
Yep.
Yup.
Yeah, Bastet can pick between the back with the wolf or the front with a corgi. Does Bastet like dogs?
The answer to that is not really, so probably in the back with the wolf.
Okay, so now that seating arrangements have been discussed and such, which one of you are going behind the tourney wheel, the tourney circle?
That would be Percy.
Since everyone else pretty much took a separate seat from the driver's seat.
Yeah, fair.
You were trying to give me my driving joke, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
I thank you. But it's already passed because Percy's already been the main driver.
Eh. A tourney circle, though.
Tourney circle on the wrong side of the car, or car on the wrong side of the street.
So, you guys are going to depart now towards your new destination?
Yes.
Okay. And who's sitting shotgun?
That would be me and Caden.
Okay. So the unwritten rules of the road state that as being in shotgun, you are the navigator and thus get to control the radio. So what are you annoying?
What music does everyone want to listen to on the way there?
Unfortunately, geographic constraints limit us greatly, and oh hell, anything I suppose at this point. It's all going to be equally dreadful.
No Welsh singers. I don't care.
Percy, any preference?
No preference.
Well, rock music it is.
So as the coterie So as the coterie takes off with the radio on the local rock station, for now anyway, they proceed into the night. Heading down towards Interstate 24 to connect with 46B to continue their trek onto I-40. They notice that the music is really... It's not even like good rock music. It's what's dubbed as rock music, but all it is like top 40, like pop rock. The entire time they're on I-40. Several hours pass.
What?
What were you gonna say?
I, Bran was gonna say, well, now that we're not in mixed company, can we talk about that phone thing of yours? Because I distinctly remember every time you did show us something, you then asked for the phone back.
I mean, if you want to keep it so you can interact with Miss Vargas, you're more than welcome to it.
I don't particularly care who has it, but whoever does needs to talk to us. And tell us things.
I will agree on two fronts. One, I don't particularly care who has it as long as it's not me. I've never cared much for telephones personally. I had people for that. Secondly, I would like some more communication, but this is not something we worked out. It's understandable, it slipped through the cracks.
What about you, Percy? You want the phone?
Honestly, I don't care who has it either, as long as communication is set up between all of us, letting everyone know what's going on via the communications of Miss Vargas.
Fine, I'll be more open about what's been said.
And that's all we ask. Thank you. See, that was simple.
So, now that you guys have talked about the phone, it buzzes again.
This seems like an excellent time to put that into practice, doesn't it?
Take exit 269, avoid Memphis.
So now you look for exit 269. There is no exit 269.
What mile marker are we at?
There is
Just curious.
You do, like right now you're on Isaac Hayes Memorial Highway. You currently are just passing Hatchie National Wildlife Refuge. So you're not even to Willis yet.
Oh, okay, but like I don't what mile marker, because that's what the exit numbers are based off of.
Trying to find out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I made the thing complicated.
You did.
To be fair, the text that wasn't clear made it complicated, so...
Right now. Thank you, Google. What the text meant to say is Interstate 269. That's why I was like, there's no exit 69.
Instructions unclear. Some other fuck up.
Yeah, because I'm going down that highway right.
So Interstate 269?
Interstate 269.
Okay. Go down Interstate 269 and avoid Memphis.
Should be Arlington. right around there where you'll turn off. Like a lot of truck stations. But yeah, so you guys receive that message to avoid Memphis. And you're not even going to question why you're avoiding Memphis.
Meh.
Fine,
Yeah.
I'll wash.
I mean, to be fair, Bethany is fine with avoiding Memphis just to avoid Memphis. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, same.
Fine, I'll text back. What's in Memphis?
Just for some little flavor here, at some point during the trip, Bran has pulled out knitting needles and yarn and is knitting.
Bethany gives a sidelong glance but says nothing.
You wouldn't happen to have a canvas, art brushes, and paints back there, would you?
No. Don't exactly fit in the backpack well.
Okay, so right now you're passing exit 47. Still got a good little while to go.
Apparently, there's a hunter convention going on in Memphis. Well then.
Yeah, let's stay away from there.
To be fair, there's a Memphis going on in Memphis. I'm fine with avoiding it.
So another message comes through.
Hit the pilot. What pilot? Take exit 42, I guess?
Alright. That should be
Toilet's a
coming
gas
up.
station.
You do see signs for what's coming up on that exit. So
Including a gas station called Pilot. For anyone that doesn't know that gas station branch.
Nope.
they're more travel centers, but yes.
You can get gas at them. They are a gas station.
They are more travel centers because they're set
Yeah.
up in such a way that they usually have like food and other things besides just gas.
I mean,
Fair.
you can gas at Taco Bell. I wouldn't call it a gas station.
Fair.
I would.
So the pilot is a travel center and they want us to stop there? It's not like we need refreshments.
We probably need petrol.
Or maybe there's a contact there that we're supposed to be meeting. Just a thought.
It's not like any of us need to use a little boys or girls room either.
You hear pounding on the back of the trunk.
We may have to pull over for a moment, however.
Think there's a hose out back? We can, hose them off.
You're just gonna ignore the next text that got sent, guys.
Sorry, I didn't hear the ping saying that there was a thing for me to read.
Badoop.
Doo-doo-doo. Talk to the clerk and say this is Ruddy Mysterious. Ruddy Mysterious? Ruddy Mysterious? Kind of... fine. I guess I'll go talk to the clerk since I'm the one with the phone.
So you guys pull off of, you take exit 42, make it to the light, you make a left, make your way towards that pilot travel center. Considering the vehicle hasn't been refueled, you stop at the pumps. There is not much going on there. There's a few, just a couple cars in the parking lot. There is also a few trucks parked as well, but nothing major.
Question, how long have we been on the road for?
You have been on the road for just... just reorder this so I can find out. You've been on the road for about 3 hours.
Okay. Bran is... I really want to follow Evelyn, but Bran is first going to take at least Dewin over to like a patch of grass or something, because Dewin is a living creature and probably does need to take care of business.
The little wolf's room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand the leash over, the cadence leash over to Bran.
All right, I'm taking both of them. Keeping an eye is trying to keep an eye on at least the door, and kind of as best as possible watch after Evelyn as she goes in to talk to the clerk. But I don't know as far as logistics how well that's gonna work. But yeah, that's what's going on.
So given that Bethany's the only one not actually with a task right now, fueling, going inside, taking dogs for piddles, she is going to go open the trunk just a bit, lean down, and say, I have 2 pieces of advice for you. Remain silent or remain silent permanently. Your choice. And then she shuts the trunk and gets back inside.
So my question is, how are you guys getting gas right now?
Oh fuck, that's right. Do we have any money?
I mean, Bethany doesn't have a dime, so.
Percy has money on him. Percy always keeps at least $300 in his wallet.
Convenient. Don't get mugged.
Thanks for letting the storyteller know that your character always has money on them.
Yeah. I mean, he's a Ventru.
Yeah, fair.
It's not that uncommon for a Ventru.
True, but at the same time, you can't just pay at the pump either, so...
No. So he's going in and paying.
So are we walking in together then? The answer was most likely yes. So it sounds like both of us are walking in to said gas station. You first so you can pay, then I'll talk to the clerk.
Sounds good to me, I guess.
Good evening. Welcome to Pilot Travel Center. Open 24 hours. What can I get you?
Can I get 40 on pump 3?
All right. Cash or card?
Cash.
All right. $40.
Percy pays $40.
Okay.
Hmm?
You need a receipt?
No, thank you.
All right, you're good. You're on.
Wait, what? Was that an out of character?
No,
Thing?
that was me channeling used to working in a gas station and having to deal with people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're just
It's like-
standing there. It's like, you need a receipt. But you're on. Like,
I thought you were giving me a cue. I'm like, what?
No, it's literally a leave now.
yeah. It's a polite leave now. Your pump is on. I don't feel like reauthorizing it later.
Question, is this one of the ones that has a cheaper cash price? Just curious.
No.
Dang.
So, this is Ruddy Mysterious.
What pump you on?
3?
I just authorized 3.
I don't know what to do. Okay, look, I didn't know what meant to happen, and he had money. So,
I mean, let me just be real with you for a minute here. I got a phone call from somebody saying that if somebody came in and said, it came up to the counter and said, that's Ruddy Mysterious, to find out what pump they're on and authorize it. That's all. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm just doing what I'm told. I mean, it's a shit job. Stuck here in the middle of the night. Not real any human contact other than, I mean, some of the prostitutes that walk the lot and try to sleep with the truckers. But, yeah, I mean, can I get you anything else, or?
no, I think that'll be it. Have a good night.
You too. You're fucking weird.
Yeah,
That-
so are you.
I mean, I only work in a gas station in the middle of the night. You're coming to a gas station in the middle of the night, so... Potato, potato.
I'm just gonna go back to the car with what little dignity I have left and sit in the front seat.
After the dogs have taken care of their business, Braun's gonna get back in the car. So, did we get information, or...
No, it was just a code for us to basically get free gas. Which Percy paid for right before I said things. So...
Oh, that's delicious.
So I'm just going to cuddle my dog and ignore what happened and pray that we get to our destination quickly and safely.
Badoop, badoop.
Bran is definitely snickering. I just apparently can't get the mic to pick it up.
Bethany is actually waiting with a bit of anticipation for Percy to get back in the car.
The vehicle should be filled at this point with the $40 of gas. What grade were you using in there, by the way? Just curious.
87 octane.
Okay, so you'll have to go in to get some change.
Should be about $36.50.
You're not wrong.
Oh. Percy will go get his change.
What can I get you?
Didn't take the full 40.
Which pump?
Pump 3.
All right. Okay, 478 is your change. Have a good one.
Have a good rest of your night.
I won't.
Percy will head back out to the car.
So, when he gets in the car, Bethany kind of leans forward against the back of the seat in front of her and says, "So, how much did that run?"
It was about $36.
Artemis, how much should it have run? Just out of curiosity.
I assume Artemis is extremely embarrassed right now.
I didn't know who Ballin was talking to, I'm sorry. Or which character he was directing Bethany to talk to, so I'm assuming that was me.
Yep.
And I was waiting for Anubis to mute himself.
Yeah.
So I could maybe, I don't know what's going on anymore. Look, it's not like I knew that they were going to speak in code and, fucking pay for the fucking gas. I thought it was going to be, oh, somebody had information or something, not, oh, all of our stuff is fucking paid for.
So it's so free. Oh, good to know. Bethany then leans back and he just looks out the window with indifference as she was doing the entire ride down.
Can we be on our way now, please?
So without any further objections, I assume that you get back onto 40, proceed to drive towards 269, right past Arlington.
Yep.
You got to do one of those stupid clovers to get onto Winford Dunn Parkway. 269, then proceed or south. The radio now is staticky because you're kind of in the vicinity of Memphis.
I'm just gonna start flipping through the channels to listen for anything that sounds even remotely decent.
There's a news report talking about rioting in Memphis. And how it is being quelled by SWAT currently.
So, best to avoid that, and I change the knob again.
The
Turn the knob.
The next station, just you tune it in, goes, and this is why so many children have gone missing over these last few months. Without a trace, nothing.
Okay, apparently it's the depressing radio hour, and I click the knob again.
Then you get the Pretenders playing. So you actually have music now.
You know what? This is fine. I'm just gonna leave it at this.
You shortly realize that it's a radio station that plays remixes of what should be amazing music, but turns them into like these weird abominations of like retro-y, techno-y 80s tune. It is weird.
Fine. Click.
Just turn it off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it off.
So as you progress more and more down 26 269 mistake, looking at something else. As you progress more and more down 269, you cross into Mississippi. Well, actually, what is it? 269 connects. Yeah, so you're now in Mississippi. It is nothing but basically woods, sadness. As you drive down this dark road.
Well, this looks precisely what I expected.
So you make a left onto 302, and then make a right onto Haynes Road, passing a church and a little food mart, both currently closed. And in the distance, you see a roadblock.
Now what?
Okay, does it look like a police roadblock? Like, you
Yes.
know, like a traffic stop for like drinking or whatever?
Yes.
Okay. How many officers are there?
There are 4 cars, 8 officers.
Yeah.
We're still on a highway, or are we?
Well, you had to turn off onto a road to connect to the next highway.
Okay, so we're on a back road. We're not in
You're in Mississippi, right?
We're in Mississippi, yes, but we're not near.
No.
Okay, our final destination. So you probably want to avoid that.
Anybody got any alternate routes to Jackson? Or is this the only way?
I mean, you just can turn off on the side road. And then have the GPS thingy get you back to where you're supposed to be. I assume.
To be fair, Bran, a lot of these old roads out here go out into the middle of nowhere and end.
So the closest road for you to turn off to is right past that road.
Alright. Guess we're going through the roadblock then, aren't we?
I don't particularly think that's wise. Is there any way to get back onto the highway and keep going and then eventually turn off?
No.
No, not without losing like an hour of time.
Also, doing a U-turn when you see a police roadblock.
Not a good idea.
No.
Have you made it sufficiently clear to your guest, Bethany, that they need to be quiet?
I imparted upon him that if he did not remain silent, I would render him silent for all time.
Right. Alright. Through the roadblock it is.
So as you approach the roadblock, there's one car ahead of you. They wave them through, wave you up towards the roadblock.
I'll pull up slowly.
While we were waiting, Bran made sure that he was buckled in. Just so that they don't have any reason.
The officer puts his flashlight right in your face, and takes a quick look in the car, sees the wolf sitting there, and is like, "What the fuck?"
It's his pet. And he points to Bran.
The wolf does have a collar, as established in episode 1.
Yeah.
With tags.
License and reg.
I'll hand him my license and the registration to the vehicle.
There is no reg.
Alright. In that case, fun. It seems I've misplaced where I put the registration for the vehicle.
Trying to be funny with me, boy?
And at this point, I'm going to use Mesmerize.
Okay. Is
3 successes.
okay. So he is mesmerized.
Wave us through. Nothing is wrong here.
Y'all good? Let him through. And he kind of just
Keep
waves
driving.
his flashlight towards the roadblock.
Just gonna drive through.
So the rest of the ride is rather uneventful. As you proceed down Kent's Road, till you eventually hit City of Victoria, turn onto 78, heading eastbound. That merges with 22. But you stay on 78 as that forks off. Proceed to take 7 down. Eventually, you connect back up with 55, and from there, it's essentially a straight shot. Right into, right past Buckstand, Madison, Ridgeland, right into Jackson.
Are we there yet?
I don't know, Artemis. You're the navigator.
Well, I haven't gotten much as to where exactly in Jackson we're going.
Maybe text Miss Vargas's assistant?
I have.
They've seemed remarkably competent and helpful thus far. I'm sure it's any moment now.
Alternately, we just find some woods.
I don't particularly care for sleeping in the dirt.
Better than sleeping in the sun.
Not better than sleeping indoors, perhaps, like hotel, motel, house, whatever.
I mean, true, but if we don't get an answer, we've at least got a backup.
Apparently we're going to the Mississippi Museum of Art.
Works for me. Directions?
Why do I feel like that was your idea and nothing in the text said that?
Look, if I get entranced, just fucking pick me up and, like, fucking put me in a box or something. At this point, I don't care.
Alright, Kenneth, what's with the mood?
It's been a very long night.
I mean, yeah, but you've had it since earlier, with the whole snapping about the phone. You've been extremely snappish tonight. So, is it just nerves? Is it, you're just not acting like you normally do.
I'm not fond of being a mediator for information, is all.
But you're
And the
so
address is 380 South Lamar Street.
The phone starts to ring.
I suppose I'll answer. Hello?
Hello. How are you guys doing? You making it all the way to your destination that I sent you?
Yes.
All right, awesome. So, my name is Bryce. Kind of new at this. It's not understand the whole world of things that are going on. If you want, put me on speakerphone so everybody can hear this.
I pull the phone back from my ear and push the speakerphone button.
All right, am I on speaker now?
Yes, you are. Go on ahead.
All right, cool, awesome. Anyway, name's Bryce. I'm new at this. Miss Vargas, great boss, really good at what she does. Anyway, so she's leveraged some of her contacts to give you guys access to the Mississippi Museum of Art. It is the state's largest art museum and gallery. It's got cafes, outdoor gardens, performance stages, the whole nine. It's terrific. So I'm told. I've never been. But anyway, you guys are going to be holed up there for maybe a couple nights. So just, yeah. From there, I'll be in touch with what's going on. I'm just kind of relaying this stuff. I don't understand what she's got against phones. But she's just like, call them, let them know all the other stuff because, yeah, I mean, it's the personal assistant life. What could I say? So do you guys have any questions or concerns or whatnot?
No, but I think I can clear up your misconception on the what she has against phones.
Well,
It's not what she has against them. It's what they have against her.
Oh, gotcha. She's probably accidentally sent a few too many Snapchats. Gotcha. Anyway, none of my concern. So yeah, money situation. You guys probably don't have a lot, hence why I was told to go and send that message to you and so on and so forth. But we will be arranging some kind of cash for you guys. Obviously, credit cards and all the other stuff is a little out of the picture right now because, not to say you guys are in hiding, but you guys are kind of in hiding. I get that. You know, I've worked with high risk clients before. It's fine. It happens. So I'm not opposed to this.
I have enough cash to get us through probably today and tomorrow. I have about 260 cash on me.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So we'll arrange something. We'll have you put on the payroll as a retainer, that kind of thing. You know, so there's some kind of trail to fake names, so on and so forth. We're all good. We're all great, right? Nobody's going to be the wiser. Anyway, there is a few things you do need to know about Mississippi. So there's not much. She keeps saying that there's not much of a presence in Jackson. I mean, there's people there, so I don't know what she's getting at, but whatever. She said to
Work colleagues.
Work colleagues. That makes sense. She doesn't have many work colleagues there. That sounds terrific. She did say that there were going to be some people coming into town to kind of help you out. Some people you may have met already. There's supposed to be a Miss Weber showing up in within the next day or two to help you get acclimated there. Apparently she's some kind of preacher, so I don't know what she needs our services for, but whatever. I'm fine with it. Any money is good money. So she'll be coming into town. Also, this really eccentric bloke named Liefeld. Fucking weird guy with like tons of pouches. I don't understand it, but you know what? To each their own. I mean, if that's what he wants, how he wants to live his life, fine. I ain't gonna question it. Maybe he's former military. Who knows?
It's a form of OCD.
Huh. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Anyway, he's supposed to be swinging by within the next week or two. We are trying to work on his arrangements as well. She has been having me move a lot of people out of Nashville in a hurry. So yeah, there's that. Just letting you know. But yeah, so we'll get everything situated. We will, if we have to. I'd prefer not to do dead drops, but if that's what it takes, we'll end up doing that. We could also do Western Union. Western Union's always an option if you guys want. I mean, yeah, well, it's a way to get you money, you know? But yeah, there's a lot of different options for you. And but yeah, where you're gonna be, it's gonna be awesome. There's a wine bar and bistro like right down, like not that far from the from the museum itself. You'll have a great time there. Fire department, because apparently things around everyone fucking like to catch fire. So it's good to know that's there. Talamara Hall is music venue, like right next door. Municipal Court's right there. If you guys get into trouble, you got my number. I'll get it squared away. So yeah, I mean, you guys need to know anything.
I think that about covers it, Bryce. Thank you.
Awesome. Terrific. I'll be in touch, and you guys have a safe one. And should probably get off the road if you haven't already, because it's getting like super late. You guys must be fucking exhausted. I know I'm exhausted, but I've also had about 12 Red Bulls, so I'm good. I'm good to continue on this right now. So if you need anything, yeah, you could just shoot a text. You could call. Either way, it's fine. Great. All right, we good? We good? I'll talk to you guys later. And he hangs up.
He's an eccentric one.
Bethany just drops her head back against the headrest of her seat.
I think he had one too many energy drinks.
I do not think energy drinks are his primary problem, to be perfectly frank.
Alright, to the museum we go. Find a place to hunker down while we wait.
All right, and as you guys pulled onto South Lamar, you pull into the parking lot of the museum. You see a lone rent-a-cop, basically, sitting in his little pickup, just reading a thing, reading like a newspaper. It's yesterday's paper, so it really doesn't mean shit because they haven't put out today's paper yet. You have about 2 hours until sunrise.
So, do we just walk in through the front door, or...
I imagine there's an employee entrance somewhere.
That also might have actually been something to ask during the teleconference here.
To be fair, with how much he was going on, I didn't want to wait that long.
Should we text him back asking? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So as she goes to text,
Do I have to charm the pants off an officer? 'Cause I will. talk to Sakita. Fine. I'm gonna get out of the car. And go over to, I'm assuming, the rent-a-cop that is nearby. So is the window rolled up of the car?
Yeah, it's rolled up because he's too engrossed in his yesterday's sports section.
Okay, I'm gonna pull down my top a little so I should show a little bit more cleavage and knock on the window.
And he rolls down his window. Hey, what are you doing here?
Hi, I'm supposed to be looking for security. We're the new assistants.
Oh, okay, yeah. The what is it? It's what? 2 dames, a older gent, and the guy with the emotional support wolf. Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yes.
All right, awesome. So, and he reaches into his little security coat and pulls out key card. Because right now I only got the one to give, but because I didn't expect you all at one shot. But this will get you in through the employee entrance. Just take the stairs down to the second sub basement for restorations. You guys should be good, because that's what you're there for, is all those restorations of those amazing works of art. So, yeah, that's what they told me. Here's your card, and you might want to cover up. It's a little chilly out here tonight.
It is. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm just gonna grab the key card and walk off.
He rolls up his window and goes back to his yesterday's sports section. So now with the key card to enter the employee entrance, they proceed to do so. Traveling down the stairs to restorations, where it's actually been set up like a living quarters.
Aw, man, I was hoping I'd be able to do some painting.
We are going to need to bring our to-go box in from the boot of the car.
You won't
Okay,
need to get them this time.
Are you gonna be able to carry them all by yourself?
Probably.
Excellent.
So are you just going to go and do that, or are we going to have somebody
Yeah.
run distraction on the security guard? So
I can come run distraction.
Because he totally noticed the cleavage before.
I mean,
Maybe we should send Percy to distract. Just saying.
Percy,
Who
honey
knows?
pot, go!
Who knows?
So, Percy, do you want to be our distraction since I did fuck all?
Sure, I'll try.
Oh, don't forget the key card and don't lose it.
I think you guys need that more.
I mean, you need to be let back in, so.
I mean, if someone holds the door open for me.
Oh, I suppose we could open the door for you. Anyways, best of luck.
Percy will go over to the security officer's truck and knock on the window.
what's going on,
And
pal?
Bronze. Oh,
So, how's the sports section going?
It's all yesterday's sports. Gotta wait
Yeah.
another hour for the new paper.
That's fair, but I mean, anything new with the teams that you're watching? Anything like that?
Well, I kind of wish that some of these teams had better mascots. Back in my youth, I was in college. I was a mascot and did really good. Of course, then I blew up both my ACL and MCL and couldn't put on the costume anymore. But, guys like Gritty give me hope.
Yeah.
They do. They do. A resurgence of the mascots. Maybe if I had children, my kids would grow up to be mascots as well.
I mean, maybe. Instill it in them early enough, they might,
Yeah, but
enjoy that.
yeah, but my days of being able to have kids of my own ain't long past. Long past. He took the job way too seriously, and he just a security guy. I'm not even like a real cop. I here to guard a fucking museum that nobody wants to go to. At least at night. I mean, during the day,
Yeah,
it's kind of
I mean,
hopping, but
Here at night, it's pretty much just the restoration crew.
yeah. Occasionally, some teenagers trying to spray paint the side of the building, saying it's modern art. They only knew.
Yeah, if only.
And those damn skateboard punks. I enjoy yelling at them. Or chasing them down with the car. It's fun. See how fast they can run. One of these days, though, they're going to stop short and I'm going to hit one. And it's going to be all over for me.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen, because you're an enjoyable fellow.
I'm a miserable old prick who's stuck in this job. One reason why I'm still here is because I get a pension. 2 more years till retirement. 2 more years.
Well, congratulations on that. Hopefully you enjoy the easy life afterwards.
I'll be like my father and his father before him. Even though we hit retirement age, we continue to work ourselves into the grave.
That how it is for most people nowadays, though?
More so in the security field.
Yeah, I know how that is. I'm in the technology field myself.
Mm.
Have been for a good while.
Makes sense. All those technological things help with the restorations, apparently.
Yeah, it lets us scan and double check brush strokes and stuff like that on the art pieces.
And date the stuff and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. See, I kind of know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You seem quite knowledgeable.
If I was more knowledgeable, I would have had a better job. Would have been head security guard at a stadium or something. But no.
I mean, it can't be all bad. At least you get to sit here and enjoy the papers and stuff like that,
You know how
It's
boring it
pretty easy.
gets? That and the
I'm sure.
that and the radio stations playing those horrible mashups from hell of classic songs with more.
Oh god, yeah. Listen to those on the way in. Oh, it was awful.
I'd much rather listen to Take On Me on a kazoo. Any of that shit. But yeah, anyway, swing by tomorrow night. I should have the key cards for the rest of you. There's what,
Sounds
four
good.
or 5 of you?
Yeah, there's 4 of us.
Four
yeah.
of you? So you need 3 more cards? Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
That'll be a big help.
Yeah, it'll make it a little bit easier for you guys to get in and out and so you could take your breaks and, grab some food or whatever, because you can't really be eating in the
Yeah,
in
no,
restorations.
don't want the oils and stuff like that around the old
Exactly.
artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's been nice. Most of the people that work here just kind of either try to get something from me or just completely ignore me. So I appreciate this.
Yeah, not a problem. I mean, it's nice seeing somebody else, that is a bit older. These young ones out here. I mean, it gets pretty unpleasant being around people that much younger than me.
Yeah, but you're like what, 30, 35 tops?
You'd be surprised at how old I actually am. I look young.
Looks like you found the fountain of fucking youth.
Something like that, yeah. Just good genes. Just good genes.
I wish we all could be that lucky.
I do too. Well, it's been nice chatting with you, and hey, keep up the good work. Just try not to hit anybody with the truck.
If I do, half these cameras around the building don't work anyway, so there'll be no witnesses. I'm kidding. There's be tons of witnesses. I would be so fired.
Yeah. All right, bud. Have a good rest of your night.
You as well.
Will do.
Rolls up his window.
So while that conversation was going on, Bran went out and to get the guy in a like a fireman carry type deal for weight distribution.
Okay. So the distraction served well, because the security officer was more focused on the conversation than anything going on. You took the to-go meal in safely.
All right, where do you want them?
Dumped anywhere, really. His comfort doesn't really matter one whit to me.
Just gonna drop him on the floor, I guess.
His body thuds against the tile, and he kind of groans in displeasure.
Brilliant. That's perfect.
All right, so welcome home for the next couple nights at least, I suppose.
Well, certainly better than the woods, that's for certain.
Bran just kind of gives a shrug. Eh.
So how is the layout of how it's been set up?
So the windows leading into the hallway are all blacked out. So nobody can see in, but you can see out, so it's kind of like that two-way thing.
So it's a one-way mirror type deal.
Sort of, yeah.
Would that let in sunlight?
No. You're in a
No,
sub
okay.
basement, so
Gotcha.
We're about 20 feet underground.
yes,
I missed that part. I apologize.
it's all right. So the only way onto that floor is the elevator or the stairs you took. Though the elevator does require a key card to access the restorations.
I also imagine that the stairwell has a keycard access.
Which you have the key card for.
Yeah.
So a lot of privacy for you guys. Bedding situations. There are 4 cots. Single pillow on each. Nothing lavish. Just something to get you through.
Braun's probably going to lay claim on the one closest to the door. Because even though it's technically secure, we don't know who else has key cards, so...
Bethany is going to take the cot that's most, equal between the other two, leaving one closer to Bran and one basically furthest away from the door.
I'm imagining this more as a square setup where there are
Yes.
2 on one wall, 2 on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, still, Bran is taking one that is closer to the entry points. Or at least one of the entry points.
Also, Bethany, do try and keep your snack in check.
Well, I can't do anything about during the daytime, but at nights, oh, certainly. I suppose during the daytimes, looks over at, doing, that'll be his job,
I'm just gonna collapse on an unclaimed cot.
Sorry, I was looking something up. Darren, Warkov points at the snack, I guess, the guy. And for the reference, Warchad is the Welsh word for guard.
So as the sun begins to rise on Jackson and our Coterie, this episode of Nashville by Night concludes. We should be back in 2 weeks with another episode. Stay tuned on social media, twitter.com/precipicepodnet. Join the Discord to see what's going on in between episodes. Follow the wonderful Coterie. You can follow Bran, played by DorkyRae, at twitter.com/dorky_ray. You can follow Percival Ward itsAnubus on twitter.com/itsAnubus. Was there an underscore in there? Curious.
There is. It's
underscore
in-
itsAnubus, yeah.
Yeah, there is an underscore in between itsAnubus.
Yes.
Also, I also have my Twitch,
Yes.
where I stream every now and then.
Gotcha. We also have Evelyn Bardot, Moriarty Time. Follow her at twitter.com/Moriarty_time. Last but not least, Bethany Manchester, our member of the Setite Ministry, Thrabalen of Thrabalen Gaming. Follow on twitter.com/Thrabalen. And keep up with the Coterie there. For the Coterie, it's Todd. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and having a great night. I will bid you all adieu, and we will see you again 2 weeks. Sleep easy, kindred.
Mosta.
Gute Nacht.